anyone out there? Oh, where's... oh. Lost my mouse for a second there. Still nice little jaunty tune. Okay, so... I do not remember what is happening at all. Which is a good place to start, I guess. Finally ends up at Heart Point. Okay, I don't remember what this is or why we're going there. This isn't why this is why I shouldn't stop playing games for like a week at a time. Yeah, because like this is the only game I've done so far that has just been like a continuing story only on Sundays, only one day a week, that I haven't played before. Because I've done it before, but with games I played. So yeah, it makes it very hard to remember. This is where Art and Hunt is supposedly. Oh hey, thanks for the follow. This is where Art and Hunt is supposedly. I think I'm finally getting used to all the walking, as my legs, although tired, don't feel sore. Okay.
We'll need to find this person quickly. Adventurers aren't known for sticking around in one spot for very long.
Let's not waste any time then.
I propose we begin our investigation at the taverns.
Taverns?
Yes, there are 2 taverns in Hearth Point. One over there.
Mine's still building by the entrance.
And another one facing northeast from the second gate.
Claire seems a little surprised by how much Amelia knows about this town. She probably had to study geography of Havengard and read all about all the surrounding towns and villages.
We don't have too much daylight left.
He's right, the sun sets the sky ablaze as it dips closer to the horizon.
Let's split up. We'll be able to cover more ground that way.
Cool.
If one tavern is a dead end, then check the other. If he's not in either place, then we'll meet back here.
I concur with this plan. Any objections?
No one speaks up.
Then let us proceed.
Amelia and Kara start heading towards the nearest tavern.
Wait! We didn't talk about how the group is being split.
I think it's quite obvious.
Leanna blinks at me as the group resumes walking.
What does that mean?
You'll just be totally oblivious. Who cares? We have jobs to do. Ignoring her comment, I start making my way to our destination.
Hey!
Kauna quickens her pace to catch up with me. It's a brief walk through the town before we reach the place. As we push the door open, the warm smell of bread wafts through the air, bringing with it a chorus of laughter. Bread and laughter, that's a good name for it. That's my next indie band name. The tables are full of men and women sharing food and pints. The place has a cozy feel, and as we look around, I feel comfortable and welcome.
So, Kara mentioned Arton has an eye patch.
She pauses as she glances at the patrons.
We should split up and see if we spot him.
Sounds like a plan. We separate, begin our search. I slowly walk around the tavern looking for anyone with an eye patch. As I begin to lose hope that he's here, I spot a man sitting alone. He's scribbling furiously in a notebook, but more importantly, an eye patch covers one eye. Finally, a lead. I hurry over to him. As I get close, I notice he's drawing a map. He stops and looks up at me.
What do you want?
Ooh, jeez. His tone is gruff, but he doesn't seem hostile. Are you Arton Hunt? He sizes me up.
What of it?
Geez, sorry. I heard that you found an area of high energy. He continues to stare at me. I was wondering if you could share that information? He waves a hand dismissively.
It's not something to be shared.
I can pay you for it.
You
He
can't
frowns.
just buy the experience of discovery. Coins are merely a construct of human greed, and you need to absolve yourself of materialistic reliance to transcend.
Whatever that means. Okay, that's... But, like, why? Wait, at least tell me where it is. He glares at me.
I'd like to get back to my work, and you're taking up my time.
He taps his pen impatiently on the table.
Do you mind?
As a matter of fact, I do. It looks like I've annoyed a guy. I doubt he'll say anything now. Thanks anyway. I leave the man alone and search for Leon instead. I find her with the rest of our party and approach them.
Arden wasn't at the other tavern, but we heard that he's here.
He is.
Did you find him?
But yeah, he's back there. Point to the back tables. But it seems like he's not the sharing type. I even offered to pay, and he still refused to talk. And on his face falls, and Amelia and Jack seem discouraged. Only Kara remains optimistic.
Great, you've done the hard work for us.
Did you just miss the part about how that guy won't talk even for money?
Finding the target is the difficult part. Getting information out of him is just a matter of being tactful.
Kara winks, and then she blinks. Apparently. And she blinks again. That's weird. That's funny that it does that. Zack cracks his knuckles and grins.
I get you. We're finally on the same page.
I didn't mean beat the information out of him.
Zach frowns.
You just have to give him an appealing reason to loosen his lips.
Are you proposing to exploit his humanistic need to procreate with an attractive maid as a guise to extract the needed information?
If you mean flirt with him to find out what we need to know, then yes.
What a cunning method. I approve.
You do? She nods. That was unexpected.
Who shall be executing this plan?
Well, Kara, obviously. Although it probably would have been funny to see what the other two options said. Are you up for the job, Kara? Kara grins.
I thought you'd never ask.
She heads towards the target, swaying her hips alluringly. Liana looks on with amazement.
She turned it on just like that?
Seems like she's not the only thing turned on. But I shift my attention to Zach, who very obviously stares at Kara's derriere.
Zach!
Zach snaps back to reality, and his face flushes when he notices all of us looking.
What? I wasn't staring.
Yeah, sure.
No accusation was made, yet your defensive disposition is quite revealing of your intent.
Zach coughs and crosses his arms as he looks away.
You're thinking too much into this.
We both Kara working in magic. She engages Artin and at one point even gets him to laugh. She scoots closer to him and rests a hand on his arm. Things seem to be going well. As the conversation continues, Artin suddenly shakes his head and dismisses Kara. She tries to laugh off the dismissal and re-engage him in conversation, but he looks back down at his page and continues drawing. Just a moment, I just remembered an option to still done, she slowly makes her way back to us.
I don't understand.
Her eyes glaze over in disbelief.
It would appear Kara was unsuccessful.
Interesting. Double Amelia.
Wow.
What's wrong with you?
What?
She's just a kid!
Kara folds her arms and looks at me disapprovingly at Tiana.
I never thought you'd turn out to be such a creep.
I mean, well, obviously, the obvious isn't working.
I believe you are mistaken about my age.
Amelia's words fall on deaf ears as the girls continue to give me death glares. Okay, maybe not Amelia. Let's try that again. Alright, so I guess it's Leona for some reason. Leona looks surprised. even though she was literally the last choice.
Me?
Her masks, the chuckle, as sex stickers, Sienna
What's
frowns.
with that reaction?
Her smiles.
Oh, don't get me wrong, you're cute, but I'm not sure you've got the personality needed for this type of thing.
Sienna frowns.
And what's that supposed to mean?
You're a bit shy.
I can be plenty forward.
Her and Zack burst out laughing.
As if you fared any better.
Her smile drops.
It's always worked before.
Sienna looks at Amelia.
You think I can do it, right?
Amelia studies Sienna.
I must admit that your propriety does not lend well to the suggestion that you could entice the desired sexual attention.
Sienna crosses her arms and pouts.
Even you, Amelia?
Aw, okay. How about you show one of us what you've got? If you're successful, you can try.
Fine.
Kara points to me.
There's your target. What are you going to do?
Sienna's chinks tinge slightly as she meets my eyes. I have a strange feeling in my stomach. Wow, this is like very obvious and silly and dumb. She takes a deep breath to gather her thoughts, then flashes me a determined look. She oversways her hips as she walks over to me. The movement is too exaggerated. It makes her look like she doesn't know how to walk.
Oh,
She stammers as she tries to speak, almost as if the words elude her.
hey there! Sailor?
I look at her blankly.
What?
What?
Hi?
Despite having an attractive figure and aesthetically pleasing features, it is now abundantly clear why Leona has been unable to acquire a companion.
Hello there, Amelia.
Amelia!
At this rate, the only companion she'll be acquiring is a house full of cats.
Do we have cats in this route? It hasn't been mentioned. I mean, what animals do they have? I thought they would have said
You
pongos.
guys are so mean!
That was hilarious. Leona's face grow wide and she
I'm
frowns.
not laughing.
No, of course not, because you're ridiculous. She punches my arm. Ow. I rub my arm as Amelia speaks.
I believe we should nominate someone else.
Anna crosses her arms but doesn't protest. That's everyone then. Alright, so... that was pointless.
Regrettably, all of our options for this plan are exhausted.
Great, what are we gonna do now? Carson Lee looks around.
Wait, where did Zach go?
Research forensically formed before spying on B-side Arden.
Oh no, we'll get in trouble with the city guards if he is...
To everyone's surprise, Arden's face is deep red as he coyly looks away. He giggles as he hands something to Zack. Zach accepts the parchment and nods at him, then heads back to us. Oh. Aaron looks longingly after Zach's retreating form.
Here.
He hands Car the parchment. She opens it up to reveal a map of the neighboring forest. There's a sinewy path drawn in to indicate where pockets of high energy readings are. Car looks from Zach to the map and back to Zach.
But how did you get this?
Zach shrugs. Car continues to stare at Zach. This time she seems so surprised and more impressed. Well, at least we have what we need. I'm relieved that someone was able to get Arden to come back, but how does Zach pull it off? And without it coming to blows, no less. It's like... These characters are so stupid. He shook my head. I guess some mysteries will never be solved. Like these... Well, I guess the main characters aren't supposed to show intelligence, because then you can't self-insert. I glance outside at the darkened sky. It's getting a little late. Do you think we should stay here for the night, or should we head out?
We wouldn't be able to make much progress. May as well spend the night here and get a fresh start in the morning.
Sounds great. Amelia stands.
Now that our business has concluded, I must take my leave.
Everyone stares at
Where
her.
are you going?
I have an obligation I must fulfill.
Cool. Alright.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say it sounded like you're meeting someone.
You are correct. It will not take long, and I will be ready to rejoin you in the morning.
As Amelia turns to leave, Zach stops her.
Are you sure you should go alone?
Amelia raises an eyebrow.
Surely my parents would mean me no harm.
Parents?
Yes. They would be very upset if I were to pass through without visiting them.
You have family here and didn't tell us?
I did not see the relevance.
Don't you want to see them?
To visit them is currently the obligation that I am going to fulfill.
Good. Let's get to it then.
Car gets her feet and pushes Amelia towards the exit.
I do not understand.
We're going to meet your parents.
Oh, before Amelia can protest, Car has already led her out the door. The rest of us trail behind. You know, I was just thinking how... like... how dumb characters like this are written. Because... like... they're... obviously, it's like this trope of the... of really intelligent and like... emotionally cold, like archetype person. So she speaks in that monotone, and she is like very smart and uses these like, you know, like big words, or just like phrases things in a way that takes a lot more words than necessary, because she's just like so big brain that she like doesn't speak like normal people, because that's just how crazy intelligent she is. But like, also just the point that like, okay, you know, meeting my parents, or like, saying that my family lives here isn't relevant, but also, why wouldn't she have just said, okay, I'm leaving, I'm going to meet my parents now? Because why obfuscate that fact? Like, that's stupid. Because yeah, it wouldn't be relevant until she's gonna leave to meet her parents. There's like, then it makes it look like she's hiding it. Why is she hiding it? There's no reason to hide it. It's just not relevant until that moment. So, I don't know, it's just so good. Obviously it's like done for laughs, but like, I mean, consistency would be great, you know, once in a while in these types of stories.
Very well.
Amelia, Zack, and Kara walk ahead as Liana and I follow. Liana has a strange expression on her face I can't quite read.
What do you think her parents are like?
They're probably freaks. Logical and rational. If my hypothesis is correct, Amelia and her parents will share a distinct similarity. Like mother, like father, right?
I'm not so sure about that.
What makes you say that?
She grew up at the university and didn't get to spend as much time at home. Most of her behaviors were probably learned from there.
Oh, the university must be really boring then. Sounds like Amelia's childhood was a lot more serious than the average child. I wonder if that's why she acted so casually about her parents. Going to see them almost sounded like a chore she had to knock out. We pause in front of a modest house. There's a small garden in the front yard and a few flower pots line the stoop. Amelia steps up to the door and knocks. Don't you have a key? She looks back at me.
I do. However, it is back at the academy. I did not anticipate our travels would lead us to Hearth Point.
So you just leave your house key lying wherever. That's comforting. The door swings open and an older woman stands at the doorway. Her face has fine lines which reveal her age, but her smile is warm and kind. Her eyes light up when she sees Amelia, and she draws her into a tight hug.
Amy! What a pleasant surprise! I didn't know you were stopping by.
Kara grins at the use of a nickname. Amelia doesn't react to her mother's embrace, and almost seems to wait out the hug. Eventually, her mother lets go, then turns back towards the house.
Honey, Amy's come home!
A faint voice calls out from within the house.
Amy? Be right there.
Her mom turns back to Amelia and hugs her again.
Oh, we missed you so much.
Sensing she seems to notice the rest of us, she quickly lets Amelia go and ushers all of us inside.
Amy, did you bring friends? Come in, come in!
We murmur our thanks as we shuffle into the house. The walls are painted with light colors, giving the house a bright and cheerful air. We convene in the sitting room, where we sit on the couch and chairs. The upholstery is clean, but it's definitely seen a lot of use. Like, as would be expected. Amelia's father arrives. He pushes his glasses back up onto his nose and breaks into a wide smile. He also scoops Amelia into his arms.
What an unexpected pleasure.
After he sets her down, he stands beside his wife.
Hello, Mother. Father.
You know that we love seeing you, but what are you doing out at the university? It isn't a holiday.
Mother leans forward to her seat.
Oh, was your little field study finally approved? That's wonderful! Remember what I said about how each rejection is just one step closer to success. I just knew you were bound to get one, even if it took all those tries and applications.
Of those tries, how many times did she apply? Wait, of Although Amelia doesn't speak, her cheeks turn red.
Honey, let's not embarrass her in front of her peers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got so excited. She's been trying for almost a year now.
She turns excitedly towards Liana.
You must be the field lead.
Liana looks bewildered.
Yes, that is correct.
Liana shoots Amelia a questioning glance, which Amelia ignores. Her parents beam wider as they look on their daughter with pride. Her mom has her hand over her heart, and her dad nods approvingly.
It's nice to see you're still working hard at your studies.
We're very proud of you, sweetie. But what sort of mission is this? I should think you would be the apprentice of another mage or a mage caster, rather than a mage knight.
Leanna is part of the Mage Guild.
So it's an internship with the Mage Guild? That's very prestigious.
He puffs with pride.
I see.
Her mother's face softens as she addresses Liana.
We entrust our daughter to you. Please take good care of her.
Liana pauses, but she looks at the hopelessness of Amelia's parents' face. She returns their smile.
I promise I will.
Once the attention drifts away from her, I notice her gaze linger on Amelia's parents. She furrows her brow in pensive thought.
And what about the rest of you?
Car grins.
I assist with locating and exploring ancient sites.
The parents seem intrigued.
We have been following instances of magical anomalies in an attempt to understand and explain their occurrences.
Of course, of course. You look more like a fighter rather than a mage. What exactly is your role in this group?
Before Zach responds, Kara steps in.
Oh, he's my companion. He helps me secure our sites and, well...
She grabs his arm and flashes him a coy smile. Zach stares at Kara and her hand on his arm.
Hands off.
She laughs slightly and presses herself closer to him.
Oh, you don't need to be shy. Just pretend it's just you and me.
Zach's scowl deepens as he drifts himself away from her. A blush tinges his cheeks. Amelia's dad chuckles.
Say no more. I remember what it was like to be young.
Oh my god. That's like the last time it's being said, when it said something about him chuckling, I was like, oh, he's gonna be like a young love. And like, that's basically what he said. Got this. Zach's best deepens. Kara watches his discomfort with amusement. Finally, his gaze lands on me.
And what about you?
What about me? I'm actually the hired muscle. Yeah, sure. I shift the draw attention to my sword. I'm here to protect.
Oh!
They glance at me in surprise and then look at Zach before looking back at me.
Well, I hope you keep everyone safe.
I will.
Amy, will you and your friends stay for dinner?
We would not wish to impose upon you any further. We can return to the inn.
The inn? Oh, nonsense. You can all stay here for the night. We certainly have enough room.
Yes, we insist! I'll get started on dinner and afterwards you can all relax. Come with me, Amy.
If that is what you wish.
Amiya obliges as they start towards the kitchen.
That's wonderful! It's so nice to have you home, and we never get to meet any of your friends. In fact, you're all the first one she's brought home.
Really?
Kara glances sideways at Amelia, who remains stoic.
I hope she's not giving you any trouble. She's always been a bit hot-blooded.
This time we all look at Amelia.
Are you sure we're talking about the same person?
She laughs and the two of them head into the kitchen. We continue to chat as we wait for dinner to be ready. Her father is enthusiastic and shares fun facts about the town. He's a tailor and offers to patch up any calls for us. That's handy. Dinner is a simple but delicious meal, and we all clean our plates. Amelia's mom seems pleased.
Would anyone care for seconds?
Both Liana and Zach take a second helping. Liana piles her plate up with food until it's even fuller than Zach's plate. As she digs in, Kara watches enviously.
Where does it all go?
She looks at Kara questioning.
You have such a healthy appetite, yet you're still so slim.
This has the potential to go horribly wrong. Contrary to my fears, Liana smiles coyly.
Oh, you think so? I'm just lucky, I guess.
Rather than luck, I would attribute it to the constant wind resistance you admit during your travels and activities.
Anna looks surprised and nervous.
What?
Amelia raises an eyebrow.
I can detect a constant energy utilization from your manipulator, which is creating wind friction.
Liana interrupts with wild laughter, but her face is bright red.
You're thinking way too much into this, Amelia. It's probably just, magic residue you're detecting.
Amelia gives Liana an unimpressed look as if to say that was the silliest excuse she's heard. To me, I wonder what they're talking about. I catch Liana's eye and whisper, "Hey, can your wind resistance magic me too?"
It's just residue.
Kara smiles. So is she using it like a... like shapewear or what?
So that's your secret.
Liana nervously picks her their food.
Anyway, this is really, really good. What is it?
With a change in subject, the mood relaxes and the conversation naturally flows. Second Amelia's dad... Oh, Zach and Amelia's dad found a common interest. Although he's a tailor, he takes a special interest in restoring weapons.
Actually, weapons are a specialty of mine too.
Your dischargers, I did notice that. They're a bit unusual, aren't they? I haven't seen too many with those types of crystals.
It served me well.
Amelia's dad pauses as he observes Zach.
Come on, son, lighten up a bit. No need to be so formal here. Why don't you try cracking a smile? You don't have to look so doom and gloom all the time.
Zach merely stares at him until Kara elbows him.
Oh, come on, companion. You don't want to be rude, do you? Especially after you've already helped yourself to this delicious meal. Twice.
Zach sighs in resignation. He pauses and seems to collect himself. Kara watches, amused at his display. After taking a few long breaths, he looks up with determination. Reluctantly, he curls up the corners of his lips and exposes his teeth in an awkward grimace smile hybrid. His eyes almost seem to be calling for help, as if holding the smile is causing him pain. Everyone recoils from his look, except for Kara, who blushes.
Oh, wow, that's really hot.
We all exchange confused glances as Zach drops his smile. Kara leans over to him and lowers her voice.
I hope we get to see that again. Soon.
Well, Kara's weird. We all look at each other in confusion.
Well then, that was certainly interesting.
No, it wasn't a lie. The group laughs and the conversation flows again. Kara enjoyed every minute of the night, chatting amicably with Amelia's mother. Liana stayed quiet and spent most of her time just observing. Although she had a smile on her face, it seemed like there was something else on her mind. Amelia didn't talk much, preferring to let her parents do the talking, but she seemed very comfortable and relaxed. I can tell that even though they don't get to see each other very often, they have a good relationship. Once dinner was over, Amelia's parents insisted on washing up and asked Amelia to show us to her room. She leads us to the back of the house where there are 2 rooms and pauses in front of the first door.
This is my childhood room. We 3 will share this room.
She points to the door down the hall.
That is the spare room. You 2 may stay there.
Are you certain it's alright for us to stay tonight? I don't want to cause any trouble for your parents. They've already been so accommodating.
My parents are quite happy to receive guests. It would be an insult to refuse their invitation.
Okay.
Leah seems uncertain, but Kara throws her arm around her affectionately.
Don't worry, tonight will be super fun. We'll braid each other's hair, play truth or dare, and of course, pillow fights.
Leah cocks her head to the side.
Is that what roommates do?
No?
Definitely.
Amelia looks at Liana, who seems equally confused.
While we roomed together previously, we did not accomplish any of these tasks.
I'm just learning about this now, too.
Trust me, you'll love what I have planned.
Kara laughs and pushes the girls into the room. She winks at us.
Girls only.
Then she closed the door firmly behind her. Why do I always get the feeling we're missing out?
Because we probably are.
A shriek of laughter filters through the doorway, followed by giggles.
Oh my god, don't squirm so much! Stop! I'm really ticklish there! I got it off. Hey! Give it back!
We overhear even more squeals and giggles. My mind wanders as my imagination paints an alluring picture of what is going on behind that door. Zack's stoic stare seems too intense.
Stop! No way. Well, if that's how you want to play.
We hear a gust of wind from behind the door.
What? No fair, you're using magic.
After Kara yaps, Zack's stunning expression finally cracks.
What is going on in there?
Don't think about this anymore. I would rather not know. I close my eyes and think of a computer printer and other unsexy things.
Boy.
Wait, that's not where I was going with that. I go and stand on my feet and see Lupango staring forlornly at the door. You wish you were in there too? He hops closer to the door.
Boy.
When no one lets him in, he lowers his head.
Boy.
I'm sorry, buddy, but it's girls only tonight. As if on cue, the door cracks open. Amelia's pigtails peek out as she reaches for the pongo.
There you are. You are needed for science. Boy.
The last thing I see is the Pongo's wide grin as the door slams shut behind him. Zack's eyes.
Let's just go.
Zack heads into the room and I follow. We mill about the room awkwardly and I swear I can hear the seconds tick by. This feels a lot less exciting than the other room. I'm not even gonna entertain that other option. Zack is already getting ready for bed. I don't really feel like bonding. Not that Zack is eager to bond either, so I start to get ready too. As I crawl into bed, I count the seconds before exhaustion finally hits me and I fall asleep. A noise wakes me up and I sit up in my bed. The moon is high in the sky, casting silver light through the window. Zack remains fast asleep. I don't see anything else, so I lay back down and close my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. Instead, I toss and turn in bed as uneasy thoughts creep in. I try to clear my mind, but as soon as I begin to lose concentration, wiggles of doubt worm into my brain. What if I never learn how to cast? What if I can't gather enough energy? What if this energy kills me? What if I can't go home? As that last thought crosses my mind, I throw off my blankets in frustration. I need some fresh air. Tiptoeing past the sleeping Zack, I creep out of the room and fumble my way around the dark living room. I recognize Kauna leaning on the balcony. I head over towards her. She smiles at me as I approach. Can you sleep? She nods. It did sound like you girls were having a lot of fun. Kauna blushes.
Kara got my boot off, so I was only returning the favor.
We smile as the conversation lapses. What conversation? It was like 2 sentences. She looks towards the stars, staring pensively at them. There must be something on her mind. Want to talk about it? It seems like there's something on your mind. Kauna faces me and absentmindedly picks up her clothes.
It's nothing, really. Tonight has been really fun, and Amelia's parents are so nice. It just started to remind me of my family. And then I got thinking.
And you couldn't stop thinking? She nods. I look up at the myriad of sparkling light in the deep night sky. The stars are still beautiful, but not as clear as when we were camping. We fall into a comfortable silence. Nana stares intently at the sky as if searching for answers. I wonder what's on her mind. Suddenly, she turns to me.
I promise we'll help you find a way home.
Oh, I'm surprised at the conviction in her voice. Oh, thanks. Actually, there's something I've been wondering.
What is it?
I didn't mean to sound so ungrateful, but why are you doing so much to help a stranger? Kauna stares incomprehensibly.
You were someone who needed help.
Yeah, but you didn't know who I was. What if I had other intentions?
Then I suppose things would have turned out differently.
She notices my look and chuckles.
I would never leave someone who needed help. Especially if it was in my power to help them. I'm sure if it were me in that position, you'd have done the same.
Nope, probably not. Claire thinks what she wants. She's got her own idea of humanity, and I'm not gonna be the one who changes that view. Aren't we so dark and brooding and fucking cynical? Still, I wonder why she suddenly promised to help me find a way back home. What brought that on?
Sorry, I've just been thinking about home, and how it would feel if I looked at the stars and couldn't recognize a single one.
I can understand how being with Amelia's family can make her homesick. I've been thinking of home too. Maybe I can take her mind off of things for a while. What's that star?
Huh?
She blinks as she takes in my question, then looks back up towards the sky.
Which one?
I don't know, freaking pick one. Point to a random cluster, like, oh, that over there. I randomly point at a cluster of stars.
Which one?
I point again. Those. Liana squints and laughs.
Nothing. They're just random stars.
Well, shit. Alright then. The ones I'm most familiar with. Well, thanks to you, now I can look at the sky and recognize at least one star. Wow. Wow. Alright.
But those are just random stars.
Yep, that's what they all look like to me anyway. So I can look up and see random stars and feel right at home. Liana grins. Wow, that's really stupid. But you're cute, so that's fine. He points to a cluster of stars which vaguely looks like a woman.
Do you see those stars?
Yeah?
That's my birth sign, Elwina. She was renowned for her beauty, and that beauty was immortalized in the stars.
Birth sign?
Yeah. There's a belief that the star sign under which you are born can tell certain traits about yourself. Sometimes people use it to predict matches or fortunes.
Oh, like our zodiac constellations. We have a similar belief back home. So what does your birth sign say about you?
What do you think?
The fuck should I know? You're beautiful. Wow, okay, just gonna go right into it. Into mysterious yet handsome strangers. Wow. I guess this really is like the most true of it. Probably that you're kind and patient and see the good in others. She seems genuinely surprised by my answer.
You think so?
Definitely. She smiles and this time it looks more natural.
Hopefully this place doesn't feel so lonely and foreign to you anymore.
No, but only because I got the chance to meet you and the rest of our team. Well, alright. It's not heavy-handed at all. We lock gazes and I feel inexplicably drawn to her. Liana lights up as she sees something behind me.
Look! A shooting star!
The star rockets across the sky, leaving a trail of glitter. Quick, make a wish. She closed her eyes. After a minute, she reopened them.
What did you wish for?
Oh yeah, it's a secret. It's always a secret. I can't tell you or the wish won't come true.
Oh, then I won't tell you mine either.
Can I get a hint? But you got a lot of nerve, dude. She shakes her head and smiles.
Nope.
She looks back towards the house.
Maybe we should go back and try to sleep.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Thank you for keeping me company.
I always enjoy our conversations. I mean, I guess.
Good night.
She flashes me one last smile before heading back to the house. I return to my room, crawl back into bed. Doesn't take long before I drift to sleep. The next morning, we wake up early, like usual. After getting ready and packing my things, I meet the rest of the team downstairs. Amelia's parents wait for us by the door as we finish gathering our things. Her mother's lip trembles as she watches us back.
Are you sure you need to leave so soon?
Leona smiles softly.
I wish we could stay longer, but we must be going. Thank you very much for your hospitality.
Of course. You're all welcome here at any time.
Amelia's mom hands us parcels.
I packed all of you some food for your journey.
Oh, we couldn't possibly.
She does and forces the parcels into our hands.
I won't take no for an answer.
Amelia packs hers without protest and the rest of us follow suit. We turn to our family one last time before leaving.
Thank you again.
It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for having us.
Thanks, it was nice to meet you.
Thanks.
Farewell, Mother. Father.
Her mother squeezes each of us in one big hug. When she hugs Yana, she pauses.
Please take care of our daughter.
I will.
After one final goodbye, we leave their house and make our way back towards the town. We pass the inn and other shops, but we don't make any stops. Eventually, we pass through the town gates. We continue down the familiar dirt path surrounded by greenery. Most of our journey is uneventful. I become more accustomed to the walking and the sciences, but I still wish the journeys to our destination weren't so long. It can get pretty boring. And then, years later, they made a game about that. Set in the Wild West. Just as I think that something darts in front of me. I jump back as the thing skitters across the road and hops into a bush. Did you see that? The Pungo waddles over to a bush and watches it curiously.
Boy?
The bush remains still. The Pungo cocks its head to the side.
Boy?
Then he sticks his head into the bush. He immediately retreats as a claw swipes at him. He rushes back to me and hides behind my leg.
Boy?
He huffs. I mean, you did just go and bother it. The Pungo pouts, looking betrayed.
Boy?
Sorry, Pungo, you know, I've always got your back.
Boy?
So what was that thing?
It's a sabali.
Anna seems more excited than usual to see an animal. What's that?
Basically an overgrown rodent.
Untrue. Sabali are not part of the rodent family.
They're way cuter than rodents.
I didn't get a very good look at the thing when it raced by. But what is it? Cause from what I saw, it looked kinda like a baby bear with long claws and a very long tail. Ew.
That's a pretty accurate description, actually.
They're very rare. Since you saw one, you're going to have good luck.
looks unimpressed.
I don't see how lucky it can be if it almost tripped him up.
Well, they tend to hide from people. If one lets you spot it, then that must mean you're special.
Such superstitions originated back when primitive societies were learning to recognize dangerous species from harmless ones. Because the Sabali feed on insects and small rodents many would deem to be pests, they are recognized as a harmless and even helpful animal. As such, many humans wish to domesticate them as pets. But the Sabali are timid creatures and shy away from most other animals, especially ones which are considered threatening. Thus, the Sabali were regarded as lucky due to the difficult nature of witnessing one. In reality, there is no luck involved.
I see. Car pouts playfully.
Aw, come on, Amy. Let them keep their superstitions.
Amelia's eyes widen.
Amy,
Sure, that's your name, right? It's what your parents called you.
It is, but
Amelia pauses, then seems to regain her composure.
my name is Amelia.
does calling you Amy bother you?
Amelia seems uncertain.
I did not mean to imply that it is a bother. It is merely a surprise.
Aw, well, don't worry, Amy. It's a cute name.
Amelia fidgets as Liana calls her Amy. She tries to speak, but for once, seems flustered.
Well, it seems that
Let's leave Amy alone and move on.
You stare at Zach.
What?
You called her Amy.
It's shorter than 3 syllables. Why wouldn't I call her that if she's okay with it?
Amelia sighs.
well, if that is what you prefer, then I suppose you may call me as such.
Mark grins and pats Amelia on the hip.
I knew you'd come around.
Amelia at first blinks in confusion. As Car continues to hip at her, she doesn't really seem to know what to do with herself. Eventually, she just lets it happen. Although Amelia tries to act cool, the touch of pink in her cheeks gives away her true thoughts. I think she likes the nickname. And it's not really a nickname, it's like her name. Just shorter. Like what? I mean, is that what people like? That's not a nickname, right? Like, if someone's named Jonathan, and you call him John, like, that's not a nickname, is it? I mean, because a nickname is like something that you would have, like, in quotes, like, between your name. Like, oh, like the character I made here, David Lafusa, or whatever. So it's not like Dave Lafusa. It'd be like David, like the hero, Lafusa, or something like that. The nickname, the hero. Like, that was a shortened version of your name, like a nickname. That's, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure there's gotta be a word for it, I just don't know. Well, whatever, I guess her name is Amy now. Since everyone else is kinda Amy, I guess I may as well too. Plus, as I said, it is shorter than the alternative.
Anyway, let's get going.
We resume our journey. For the next 3 days, we travel on foot during the day and make camp at night. Liana continues my casting trainings, but I've made no progress. I've begun to feel discouraged, and although she tries hard to hide it, I can sense the frustration Liana feels. Why am I having such a difficult time casting? There must be something I'm missing. I mean, probably the fact that you're from a different world where magic doesn't exist? Like, that could be it. Since Liana won't give up on my trainings, I resolve to push past my disappointment and continue to focus myself. On the fourth day, we traveled the entire day and set up camp in the evening. As we've done in all our past trainings, Zakar and Amelia take care of the setup, while Liana and I find an open area to train. I still dread whenever it's time to train, as I haven't shown any progress, starting to feel like a useless chore at this point.
Ready?
Not really. I reluctantly nod.
Alright, just like we've practiced, focus on channeling through the manipulator.
As I've done so many times before, I try to do exactly what Liana says.
You got this. You just have to focus.
Alright, cool. I'm focusing. I strain with all my might, simultaneously trying to figure out what exactly I'm supposed to be focusing on, and wondering if this is all actually focus anyway. Liana watches me intently. Waiting for the spark of magic, which doesn't appear. I just remembered something that I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to end this early. Okay, like 20 more minutes. I let go and breathe out in frustration.
Try again.
Have we considered the possibility that only humans from Terra can cast? Liana's voice is firm.
Just try again.
With a heavy sigh, I bring up my hand again and try again. As is expected, nothing happens. It is completely pointless. Maybe I'm just not meant to cast. Suddenly a strong gust of wind pushes me off my feet and knocks me to the ground. Oof. Liana glares at me, a fierce look on her face.
Get up!
I cough as I catch my breath and push myself to my feet. What the hell? Liana raises her arm again.
Deflect this!
Deflect? What does she mean by deflect? I can't use my sword to stop a gust of wind. I end up taking another hit and sway unsteadily on my feet.
I said deflect!
I balk at the sternness in her tone. Her entire demeanor has changed, from a calm and patient teacher to a dangerous mage knight. What's gotten into you, you crazy freak? She ignores me and aims another shot of magic. This time I jump out of the way, but she is relentless. She lines up another shot. I don't know what you mean by deflect. Liana sends another gust after me, which I only narrowly dodge. Before I can get my bearings, another shot of magic comes at me. And then another. Would you just... And another. Hold on. And another. My breathing is short, and anger warms my blood. She's shooting off in wind blast so quickly, I don't have time to think or move. Her attacks are relentless and keep knocking me down. Another gust of wind soars towards me. Liana, stop! I take that blast, and although it's just as rough as the others, this time I maintain my footing.
That's not deflecting!
She frowns in concentration as she ramps up another attack. Then She lets loose another gust of wind. I try to block it with my arms, but the blast is stronger than the last, and it hurls me into the air. I crash painfully on the ground, but force down the pain and get back onto my feet. My breathing's ragged and my body is sore. Liana is already channeling another attack. I don't know what's gotten into her, but I can't keep taking these hits. I mean, like, this is such... It's just so funny that this person is supposed to be, like, from our world, like the real world, and, like, has no idea about, like, any of these tropes that exist. Like, how can you be in college and be this sheltered, like, from everything? As she launches another attack, the anger bubbles inside of me and boils over. I throw out my hand and feel the anger shoot down my arm and out of my glowing manipulator in a gust of wind which knocks the blast away. Liana gasps and drops her attacks.
You did it!
I stare at my arm, too bewildered to even comprehend what is happening. Suddenly, Liana is laughing loudly. As things come down, I notice the rest of the group is already here. They must have heard the commotion.
He cast it?
Liana grins proudly.
He did! He finally cast!
That's amazing!
That wind magic, it came from me. The realization fully dawns on me. I casted that. My eyes grow wide and I split into a huge grin. Yes, I can't believe I did it. Liana's grinning from ear to ear. Even Zack cracks a smile and nods. Amelia watches us curiously.
I assume you used the technique which we had previously discussed.
Wait, what? Liana looks sheepish and refuses to make eye contact. What technique? The high from my casting begins to wear off and I remember the mix of anger and confusion I felt from the attacks. Maybe you guys thought it would be a good idea to randomly just start attacking me? Liana shakes her head. Looking a mixture of worried and guilty, Amelia calmly responds.
Indeed.
I didn't expect her to so bluntly agree. I mean, what did you expect from her?
You were making no progress on your training, and I believed a new strategy was necessary. One such method is to utilize the ingrained need for survival. When placed in high stress, dangerous situations, the human body will use all its resources to ensure survival. By putting you in such a situation, your response to protect yourself enabled you to tap into the manipulator and channel.
Oops. And consider what Amelia said. Everything happened so fast, but once I realized there was no way to talk my way out of Liana's attacks, I knew there was only one way out.
I'm really sorry. Amelia felt this was the best way for you to learn since you didn't seem to be getting it my way.
Well, I mean, yeah. She trails off.
I hope I wasn't too hard on you.
It's okay, I get it. While not ideal, I can understand why she did what she did, and I won't blame her for it. After all, it did work. So, yay. It's okay, I understand you were just trying to help me. And I'm not.
Thanks for understanding. I'm really glad it worked. I would have felt even worse if it didn't.
So what now? Should I try it again?
Are you feeling up to it? If you need to take a break, we can do that.
I think I should be okay. It's worse if my mouth, my arm stinks, and I feel a wet spot on my elbow. When I look down, I notice blood on my shirt. Anna gasps.
You're bleeding!
I twist my arm trying to see the damage. You don't say.
Hold on, I brought bandages.
It's really no big deal. She races back to camp and grabs a roll of gauze from her pack. When she returns, she kneels beside me and reaches for my arm. I move my arm out of her grasp. I'm okay, really. This is just a scratch. Based on the level of bleeding, I can tell it's a bit more than a scratch. So can Liana. She shakes her head.
It's my fault you got hurt.
Without taking no for an answer, she grabs my arm and takes a look. This time, I don't bother resisting. Gently, she dabs the blood with a damp cloth. I try not to wince from the sting.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be gentle.
You're fine. Her hands are warm and delicate, and for a moment, I forget what she's doing. I can only feel her touch. Her gentle fingers deftly wrap the gauze around my arm. After she secures it, she lets her hands fall back in her lap. I feel a split second of disappointment as I let my own arm fall beside me. Oh, you're like that hard up for human contact, aren't you?
There, good as new.
I have my arm back, and I move my arm back and forth experimentally. The gauze holds pretty well. Thanks. She smiles warmly.
No problem.
I get to my feet, and we return to camp. After we've all had a chance to eat and relax, we get ready for bed. For once, as soon as I lay down my head, exhaustion overtakes me and I fall right to sleep. We wake up the next morning and continue our travels. After my last burst of magic, I've tried to replicate that feeling casting. Although I'm finally seeing improvement, I still can't cast as well as I hope. The result of my casting is just a weak potential of magic, but at least it's something. Liana's spirits have been lifted too, and she continues my training with renewed enthusiasm. A couple of days pass before the trees become denser as we reach the woods. We must be on the right track. At first, the walk is easy as the trees line a well-worn path, but the deeper into the forest we traverse, the more careful we become of our steps as the wild undergrowth tangles our legs. The fungo wobbles unsteadily over the roots and debris on the ground, then hops onto my shoulder.
Boy.
The canopy overhead thickens, blocking out much of the sunlight. Liana glances uneasily around her. Noticing Liana, Zack glances around too and becomes grave.
I think we stumbled into the Forest of Grieving.
Liana balks.
Grieving?
The Pongo looks concerned.
Boy?
Cora looks curiously at Zack, then watches Liana gaze suspiciously around her. She seems to put two and two together and grins mischievously.
Isn't that the one with all the trapped souls?
Liana's eyes widen and her voice trembles.
Trapped souls?
Is every forest in this place haunted? My eyes widen. This forest is haunted too? Why is every forest haunted? Zack and Cora share a glance and hide a smile. Wait, what is it?
Do you want to know why they're trapped?
Liana vigorously shakes her head.
Nope, I do not want to know. In fact, none of us want to know.
Amelia puts her hands on her hips.
Evidently, Zack, you were misinformed, as there is no such place as the Forest of Grieving.
No, there definitely is a Forest of Grieving. Right, Kara?
Absolutely.
If that is true, it is certainly not here.
Liana pouts, her face bright red.
You guys are the worst!
She rushes closer to Amelia and pointedly ignores Zack and Kara, who pretend to hide their amusement. The Pongo shoots into them dirty looks.
Poi poi! That's right, Pongo.
She scoops him into her arms and hugs him into her chest. The Pongo doesn't protest. We continue to walk in silence. As we venture further within the forest, the air feels thick and heavy. The canopy thins out, but the trees themselves have knotted and thick bark, making them seem very old. They brighten with an ethereal blue-green luminescence. Does anyone else feel that? The Pongo squirms in Liana's grasp and hops out before exploring the forest.
This place is loaded with magical energy.
Is that why it's glowing?
The natural formation of crystals is what gives it its coloration.
I take my time admiring the natural beauty of this place. It feels like a scene from a fairy tale. Peeking out from behind the tree is a small pink Pongo. My Pongo hops over to her, and when she... How do you know it's a girl? And when she realizes she's been spotted, she hops out into view and tilts her head curiously.
Boy? Boy, boy!
The pink Pongo looks over at Liana and gives her a wide grin. Liana gasps as it hops closer to her.
Boy! How cute!
She reaches out towards the pink Pongo, who hops into her arms.
Oh, she likes me!
Liana squeals excitedly and hugs her close.
Boy?
And their Pongo peeks out from behind a bush and hops over to Liana. Her grin grows even wider. She opens her arms, and the Pongo hops in, much to Liana's delight.
Another Pongo! Boy! Boy! Boy, boy! What?
Even more Pongos pop out from behind the trees and bushes and begin to surround Liana, who watches them with joy.
So many Pongos!
She reaches out to all of them, and they each openly receive her affection.
Boy? Boy?
The course of poise increase as even more emerge, and soon even Liana is overwhelmed by the sheer number of Pongos. Zack stands as close to the edge of the trees as possible, and as far away from the Pongos as possible. His hands hover protectively over dischargers as he eyes the Pongos suspiciously. Amelia moves from Pongo to Pongo, seemingly studying the variations. Kara joins in and plays with the Pongos closest to her. As even more pongos filter out into the clearing, Leona's eyes fill with tears.
Too many pongos!
Oh no, Leona, are you okay? Her smile is still as wide as ever as she kneels on the ground, holding as many pongos as she can in her arms, but the tears continue to flow. She speaks between sobs.
I can't hug them all!
Kara comes over and puts a comforting arm around her.
It's okay. Just hug as many as you can.
Leona sniffles and nods. My pongo looks up at me with a wandering gaze. Right now? Yeah, stay by my pongo. I looked at him and smiled. Don't worry, you're the only pongo I need. I like that this guy has like a better relationship with his pongo than with the that's exactly how I want this idiot to go. He beams and hops into my arms, then nuzzles me affectionately. From among the pongos emerges a pongo larger than the others. He has a twist of leaves, which he wears around his head, and as he passes, all the other pongos seem to settle down in reverence. Ooh, King Pongo. He pauses in front of Leona.
Boy?
Oh, it is the Pongo King. Alright. Cool. Awesome. Great. Either I play too many video games and watch too much anime, or this shit is just way predictable. I mean, either way, I don't think that says something good about me. Leona blinks.
Boy.
That was a long string of poise. Oh, we come in poise. I love that. So we come in peace. I step in front of Leona and address the pongo. Don't worry, we come in poise. Everyone stares at me while Zack face palms and shakes his head. The pongo just looks at me curiously.
Boy?
I don't think he understood me. My pongo steps up to the larger pongo and speaks in a series of poise.
Boy.
The larger pongo seems surprised and not.
Boy.
He turns around and hops deeper into the forest. My pongo faces us.
Boy.
He tilts his head to indicate the forest, then follows the larger pongo. Shall we follow him? Zack shrugs, but Leona nods.
Yeah, I think we should. At the very least, we can't leave him.
What if he's leading us to danger?
It would seem that the other pongos respect the larger pongo. He may be the equivalent of a king or other authority figure. If he wished us harm, we would already know.
Besides, the most harm a pongo can do is cuddle us.
We better move on before we lose him. We follow the pongos further into the forest. Some of the other pongos Tag along, popping in and out of the trees. I've never seen so many pongos in one place before. What are you doing here? Eventually, we stop in front of a crumbling stone structure.
Boy.
Perfect. So, what is this mysterious stone structure? I guess we'll find out next time. Yeah, so that's the end of the stream today. But short because I remembered. Here we go. Alright. I remembered something else that I was supposed to do, and I better go and do that. So, if you liked what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow, and hit the bell for notifications. I'm on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all at Bruce Jinx. Check my Twitch schedule for when I'll be streaming, or check my Twitter for any last minute updates or changes to my streams. Yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, and supporting. I really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and hope to catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye!